Today, we are witnessing a complete transformation of the XRP ledger. For years, people argued about whether XRP was just for sending money between friends. But in today's news, it proves that the biggest, most risk averse players in global finance have made their decision. According to the title of this news, it says here US tokenized treasuries value on XRPL surpasses $418 million. So, we just got word that the value of US tokenized treasuries on the XRPL has officially surpassed $418 million. If that number sounds big, wait until you hear the growth rate. Just 1 year ago, the figure was sitting at around $50 million. We are looking at an 8 times explosion in just 12 months. So in this video, we are diving deep into the data provided by Evernorth and RWA.xyz. We are going to talk about why the supply of tokens is only half the story and why the flow of money is what should really have our attention. But before that, let's check on our daily XRP chart here for XRP. And as we can see, our current price is at around 1.4045 and 48. And it is currently forming a daily bullish candlestick. So let's go back to the news. My opinion about this is that this is the most important fundamental news we have had all year. When you see an 800% increase in US Treasury value, you are not looking at retail hype. You are looking at institutional conviction. Treasuries are the safest asset in the world. If big money is comfortable putting $418 million worth of safe assets on the XRPL, it means they trust the security, the speed, and the legal clarity of this network. So to me, this is the final proof that the XRPL is no longer a testnet. It is a global financial highway. So, how does the flow of money prove the XRPL's dominance? Evernorth made a very bold statement on X today. They said the supply is one side of the story, the flow is the other. So, what does that mean? It means it is not just about how many treasuries are sitting on the ledger. It is about how much they are being used. According to the data, transfer volumes for these tokenized treasuries reach $352.3 million year to date in 2026. Compared to the same period in 2025, where the volume was only $70.1 million. That is a five-fold increase in transaction activity in just the first 4 months of the year. So, my personal opinion about this is that this is the utility we have been waiting for. People used to say XRP is fast, but who is using it? Well, here is your answer. These aren't just tokens sitting in a wallet gathering dust. These are assets that are moving, settling, and being traded 24/7. So, who watches this cycle? I see this velocity as the key to higher price floor. When assets move this often, it creates a massive demand for liquidity, and on this network, liquidity often leads back to XRP. So, our next question is, who are the major players building the RWA League table. If you look at the XRPL League table from RWA.xyz, you are going to see some names that are becoming giants in the space. We have Just Token, which is sitting on a massive value of around $1.8 billion. Then you have RLUSD, Ripple's own stablecoin, at $396.7 million, and Vert Capital at $382.2 million. Even Ondo and Control Alt are making waves, recently completing $280 million diamond tokenization project right on the XRPL ledger. This is not just about government debt anymore. It is about everything from stablecoins to precious gems. So my personal opinion about this is that I am particularly excited about the variety here. We are not just one trick pony network. Seeing diamonds tokenized alongside US Treasury shows that the XRPL is becoming a multi-asset distribution platform. So my take, this diversity makes the network unkillable. If one sector slows down, another one picks up the slack. For us, as investors, this means the ecosystem is maturing into a full-scale tokenization layer that rivals even the biggest players like Ethereum, but with much better efficiency. So, the next question is, does the Ripple partnership with K-Bank change the game in Asia? We can't talk about this growth without mentioning South Korea. Ripple just signed a strategic partnership with K-Bank, the country's first internet-only lender and a massive player in the digital asset space. They are testing blockchain-based remittances and stablecoin-based transactions. So in my own personal opinion, South Korea has always been a hot spot for XRP, but this K-Bank deal is different. It is a bridge between a traditional, regulated bank and the Ripple infrastructure. K-Bank is the exclusive banking partner for Upbit, so they know exactly how to handle high-volume digital asset flows. When you combine the $418 million in treasuries with a major Korean bank pilot, you see a global web being spun. So, what can I say about this is that Asia is going to be the engine that drives the next wave of RWA volume onto the ledger. The next question is the venue decision for global finance already made? Evernorth ended the report with a powerful quote. When the most risk-averse capital in finance is peaking a rail at 8 times year over year, the venue decision is being made in the data. My opinion to this is that this is the mic drop moment. Wall Street does not move because of tweets or memes. They move because of data and reliability. If the data shows that the XRPL is 8 times more attractive for treasuries than it was a year ago, the argument is over. The venue decision, the choice of which blockchain to use, has already been made by the people who manage trillions of dollars. So as a trader, I don't need a crystal ball when I have this kind of data. I am following the safe money, and right now, the safe money is flooding into the XRP ledger. Overall, as we close out this April 2026, the momentum is undeniable. We have the supply, we have the flow, and we have the partnerships. So my final opinion to this is that Don't get distracted by the noise. Focus on the issuance and the frequency. If we are at $418 million now, where will we be in the end of the year? If this 8 times trend continues, we are looking at a multi-billion dollar RWA ecosystem before 2027. So we need to keep our eyes on the data, stay grounded in the facts, and remember, the data doesn't lie. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya on the next one.